Welcome back, guys. This is Harry or Rudy. Harry or Rudy.
Hey guys, how you doing?
That's my buddy Joe. He's from Utah. Utah is known for its fascinating religious culture, and what else are they known for?
Mormons.
Mormons. Are you Mormon?
No.
What?
No.
What the hell's wrong with you?
I'm from Southern California. I just moved there because it's cheaper living.
Anything about Mormons you want to talk about?
They're very judgmental, but there are bastardized ones that are, if you don't live in Utah, you're all right.
You have like 5 wives.
Yeah, let's do 5 wives. Or 30, even better.
Rudy would love to have 5 wives.
He would.
Like at least 6.
As long as Liliana was involved.
Liliana, Vesuva doppelganger chick. Who else? Nissa, Chandra. He likes to, get a little
all the
freaky.
Force of Will girls on the play mats.
I think that's about it. All right, so all those anime altars, kind of nude altars, whatever he likes.
Yeah.
All right.
Dirty boys.
Dirty boys.
Yeah.
All right, so Joe here is actually a business owner, and now he's kind of a nostalgic collector and player of Magic. He told me some interesting stories back in the day. So Joe, why don't you tell us the very beginning of Magic, the good old days? How did you get started? Tell us some of the dumb cheap prices or expensive prices, and tell me about some of the things you did.
I had a friend, like I was telling you earlier, I had a friend give me revised, starter deck. And what happened was I got into it. It was just the artwork. And then right after the artwork happened, I didn't even know how to play for almost a year. And then all of a sudden, I call it the Magic boom. That's when all the other sets were coming out. Fallen Empires, all the, Alliance, Chronicles is shortly after that, Ice Age, all that stuff. So I would say I was probably more into the bigger Ice Age part. A lot into Legends too, because Legends was really easy to buy.
You opened a lot of backs. Legends.
Yeah.
So did you know that Legends was circulated badly? Remember how you couldn't make a full set? Did you hear about that?
Yeah, that took a long time. Right. Yeah, because like I was telling you, I had one of every Legends earlier, and when I was a kid, I bet you it took me well over 10 years.
Wow.
Plus to get one of everything, because I was one of those kids that liked to have the actual one of everything in the sets. So and the other.
So you collected the sets?
Yeah.
Wow.
I still do.
Wow. Yeah. By the way, one of the few people in the world that actually collect new sets, which is really intriguing because these days people don't really collect new sets.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
So you bought the packs back of Legends for like $1.45 or whatever the hell.
I think they were like $2.25.
$2.25. I'll take 2 of those in a Big Mac, or 10 of those in a Big Mac. What do you think?
Yeah.
So was that a lot of money to you though back in the day?
No, as a kid, as a younger kid. We discussed earlier. I'm a couple years younger than you and Rudy and all them, and I can tell you this. I don't think I ever.
I think Rudy's similar age.
I don't think I ever paid for packs.
What?
Yeah.
You're.
No, I never paid for packs when I was a kid. I go into a card shop and I'm like, hey man, what do you got? And he's like, oh, I just got 2 new boxes of Fallen Empires. I just got 3 boxes of Alliance. I just got Homelands. I just got some more revised in. And I'm like, well, hey, is there anything in my binder that you might want? Because I always went in with 2 or 3 binders.
So you always traded?
Yeah, I always traded for packs. I still do till this day. I think in the last, since I got back into playing again more standard, I think I've maybe spent $50 on packs, and I think I've opened up 5 or 6 boxes.
Got it. So you always traded in the singles to get more packs. Do you have like an addiction to opening packs?
Probably.
I think he was telling me.
With all the Dominaria I have, probably.
So guys, you guys know what a gambler sounds like? This is him. He told me this brief story about the fact that he opened 2 packs of Dominaria, and he got, or a few packs of Dominaria, he got 2 Mox Ambers. But you notice a gambler only tells you the story of when they opened a pack when it was good. They never tell you when they do open shitty cards. Have you opened any shitty cards?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you admitted to something, finally.
Yeah. No, I was in Billings, Montana.
Okay.
I was in a little LGS there, and I traded a whole bunch of Dominaria rares that they wanted. Mainly, bunch of green and like, what is it, History of Benalia or something, one of the new ones that's like $20.
Okay.
And the guy was like, oh, I'll give you $130 in store credit, or I'll give you like $50 in cash. I was like, I'll take store credit. I opened up a whole entire box of Dominaria again because Dominaria to me is an old school set. It really feels like it feels like back in the day. I would say anything from like Mirage and before. You know what I mean? Because some of the stuff
it was made well.
Yeah, it was made well, and I love it. And so I was like, all right, cool. So I got a box. I don't think I had any of those new version dual lands out of it. I don't think I had any. I think I had 2 mythics in there that were just complete crap, $2 mythics. And then my rare foil was a Steel Leaf Champion, which is like $5.
Yeah.
But high demanded because everybody wants a Steel Leaf Champion for a $2 rare.
Right.
I was like, okay, cool. That was a complete horrible box.
Yeah.
But growing up as a kid, I can say the only time I ever paid for Magic is when I went to a pre-release or did a booster draft.
Talk about the pre-releases back in the day of Magic. How were those?
Oh, they were fantastic. I mean, it was like watching all your guys' videos of going to all these GPs. You go in there was 5 or 6 probably local card shops, a couple of other vendors that were from outside, you know. I mean, back then we didn't have Dragon Shield sleeves. We had Ultra Pros, and people used to buy the 99-cent clear sleeves that were just crap. So we used to double sleeve them because they rip real easy, you know. And then we ended up just paying $50. You go to a local hotel at the big city of that state. You know, like, I mean, in Washington here, you've got plenty of big cities, but where I lived in Utah, you had Salt Lake City. So everybody had to drive to Salt Lake City. We go to Salt Lake City. The pre-releases were a month before the set came out. You got a starter deck back then, and like 4 or 5 packs, and sometimes a special card. The special card didn't really come out until like Urza Saga. But before that, no, you got a starter deck, and you got a few packs, and I think they gave you a little like clear bag of like land or something. There'd be like 20, 30 land in there for the new set.
That's a lot of promotional items.
You know,
and they don't really do that anymore.
No, but I mean, and then, you know, then obviously just like your GPs, you'd have like maybe 1 artist there and everything else. And
at a pre-release.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is not a GP, guys. This is at your LGS pre-release. Wow, that's big.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
So do you think, so you know kind of how it is now, do you think it's changed quite a bit?
Yeah, I think to be honest, I think it's gone downhill.
Really?
I mean, I think with Magic, I think it's gone downhill. I don't think the community itself has gone down. I mean, maybe a little bit. I think some of the old school players that are going to be like me and yourself and stuff, you know, I've been in and out of it for many years, but I think the rest of the guys I think all the rest of the guys that are going to come back into it are still playing full time or anything else. There's just too many sets. Back then it used to be 2 sets a year.
Yeah.
You know, and the other thing is it's fun to have a pre-release at your LGS, but at the same time, it was always fun to see the cards a month in advance and enjoy them for a month to kind of figure out what was going to happen, so that you had the anticipation.
Enjoy them? No. Enjoying them means 2 months of enjoyment.
Nah.
That's what it is now.
Oh, is it?
It's changed. Well, they have too many sets, like you said.
Yeah, there's too many.
There's way too many.
I mean, like what this year you have, you know, in about a week you got Guilds of Ravnica coming out.
Right.
You know, and
they had that Core 19 or whatever.
Core 19, like what, month and a half ago.
Yeah.
And then Guilds of Ravnica has another season coming up in February in like 4 months. So I mean, you know, back then it was 1 or 2 sets a year. You went to your pre-release a month early. Then when it came out, you had the anticipation of just boom. You know, everybody was buying that one set. And you know, the other thing is too, is that back then you used to, if you talk to your card shop owner, you used to be able to go up to him and say, hey man, can you order some extra boxes? You'd buy them pretty much at cost, which is what they probably cost now, either through, you know, Alpha Investments or, you know, or you.
Alpha,
if you were doing
no, Alpha Investments.
Oh yeah,
it's called Omega Investments.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say DirtyTrucker.com.
Yeah, DirtyTrucker. That's good.
So
all right, so talk about, like you were telling me before, that beta dual lands were how much money?
Beta anywhere from $50 to $100 probably when Visions and Mirage came out. So I mean, you know, you're talking
what the hell's wrong with this place?
Like
$50 to $100.
Yeah, but they were where I lived. They were uncommon. I mean, you didn't see them very often. And when you did, that one dude swooped it up ASAP.
Right.
You know, revised and unlimited ones, $15, $25.
Okay, so more prevalent. Okay.
You know, and that's how they were, and they stayed like that for years.
Was there magic investing back in your day? Did you see people actually invest in this stuff? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Speculation.
I would say it depended on the person. Like for me, I knew a big group of people that was in this for a long time, and it depended on the person. Like I knew some people that were in their late 20s when I was in my early teens they used to walk around with a backpack and they'd have anywhere between five, 6, or 7 binders, and it was all sets of all the new stuff. Like I mean, they even collected 5th edition or 6th edition when that stuff came out. Like they had one of everything, and
you saw them as investors or traders.
I mean, they never really traded it. They wanted one of everything in the set. They carried the binders, they kept them in their car, and that's how it was.
Got it.
So
did people back then, did they target Power 9 dual land reserve list cards? Did they invest in those back in the day? Did you see any of that action?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Every time somebody was trying to get rid of a Mox, everybody wanted it because they wanted it for their own private collection. And I mean, when right after Ice Age, and I would say when Mirage and Visions block was starting to come around, Moxes, Black Lotuses, what is it? I want to say, is it Recall?
Yeah,
Ancestral Recall.
Yeah.
And then like Twiddles and stuff, like all that stuff that a lot of people were using, all the big artifacts. Everybody, that wanted them all in their high maintenance decks and stuff like that. They wanted them because they would have printout, proxies in their main decks to play.
Yeah.
And then they used to have big thick sleeves that they put them in to just show them off, saying, hey, I do own this, but I only own one, so I'd have 4 in my deck because that was the rule, And then all of a sudden the reserve list, started up and getting even deeper and deeper, and then people were, and then it kind of went to standard. But back then we had Type 1 and Type 2.
Right.
We didn't have standard, modern, EDH. We didn't have all that stuff that I've been learning about these last few months. I mean, we had Type 1, which was anything in Old School, and a lot of people had 1-turn kills. I mean, and usually the process was so long, it would take 45 minutes for you to do your 1 turn, and you were like, wow, that's great. Right. But then you got your Type 2, which your Type 2 is when Arena started.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted to make sure that their Arena and DCI points were getting up so that you can earn points for whatever, purpose or crap they wanted you to do.
All right, so talk about, this is interesting, guys. Joe had his 90 card deck that he just sat laying around in his toilet area, his bathroom. Where was it, in the closet?
Yeah, just hanging out in my house.
The house or whatever. And this deck has so what does it have? Like, what are some of the show-stopping items?
I've got 6 of the Legends Elder Dragons. I have 9 out of 10 dual lands in there. A couple of alpha lands, counter spells, and all of it's alpha, beta, unlimited, revised, legends. Chain lightning, ball lightning. I think ball lightning came from the dark. Almost positive on that one.
So how did you design this deck? What's the purpose?
I liked playing all the colors at once.
Yeah.
So
like Sliver-ish.
Yeah, that was my. It's a really slow deck, but the second something came out, you were ruined in 1 turn.
Yeah.
Because every creature was gigantic. But so it was great to play against people that had, a complete control deck, and they got mana screwed, and they don't have that Mox to justify the difference of their turn. So then all of a sudden you go 5 turns and they're waiting for that one artifact or that one thing. All of a sudden I just popped out a 7/7 creature and giant growth to just to piss you off, and then all of a sudden I get my ball lightning out, and then lightning bolts you, and you're done. And then it's like turn 10, and they're like, I didn't do anything to you because I had 2 land. That was.
And how much life do you start out? 20 still?
20. Yeah.
Holy God.
Yeah.
I thought the decks back in the day were 60 cards.
There was 60 cards.
But you're just that good.
No, I wasn't that good. I just was a kid, and I just didn't care.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm going to put this and this and this in. I'm going to put all this stuff in. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to just keep it chill and call it a day.
All right. Last few moments. You have 1 kid, right? How old?
7 years old.
All right. Girl or boy?
Girl.
Okay. Do you teach her magic, and what's the future there?
I have taught her, and I made, you know, based off of the new standard stuff, I mean, I just made a couple of simple things with no spells just for her to you know, basic math. You know, that's all it is basic math. I mean, you know, basic math. Learning how to add up and count between, you know, your mana symbol and your colorless, and being able to attack and being able to strategize for yourself. Because I don't think the younger kids, especially, I'm going to say it, millennials, don't understand like how to make a decision. So with my daughter, she's very, she gets overwhelmed by trying to make a decision on what shoes to wear, or, you know, if maybe that shirt she didn't like and she wanted to wear the other one, then it doesn't match her pants, you know. So, and it's not because she's being picky, it's because they don't know how to make a decision. So it's like, I did it to help her, you know. One, it's helping her read. That's the only way I graduated high school, is because of Magic.
Yep.
You know?
So it's great. It's a great way. My son Scott, he's now 10, but he started reading the Magic cards at 7.
Yeah.
And it still helped building his reading, his vocabulary.
Yeah.
So that's a great point.
Yeah.
All right, guys. What do you guys think? Do you think Joe's absolutely nuts? He's like a typical guy from Utah. What do you guys think? He drives long haul. That means longer than what? Well, what's long haul considered?
I do 11 Western, so I drive anywhere from Texas all the way up to here. Every once in a while I make it out to Florida, Atlanta, you know, but that's every once in a while.
Have you ever been to Jacksonville?
Yeah, actually, a lot.
Wow. All right, Rudy, so he wants to do a shout out real quick. If you ever go to Jacksonville, what do you want to say to Rudy?
Rudy, I gotta come buy a box from you.
Why would you want to buy a box from me?
Just so I can come in and say hi to the guy, shake his hand, and buy a box. I don't want to waste his time.
You don't understand. This card shop he says it's next to a massage parlor.
Oh yeah, Rudy, let's go get our feet done. Yeah.
Done.
That's how we do it.
It's more than that. It's one of those happy, and obvious.
Yeah, it's one of those.
Yeah.
Hey man, just because I'm a truck driver doesn't mean I have to go and do lot lizards. You know, that's just not good for you.
All right, guys. Thanks again, Joe. Thanks again, man.
Thank you.
He drove all this way. He's the only customer I've ever met who drove all this way, 12, 13 hours, just to see me for 1 hour. That right there is the type of quality customers I get that Rudy does not. That's right. See you later.